All right, Shalom. Let's start this lesson first and foremost. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakadash. Double honor to all his apostles, great millstone, and rule well, and push out 100% truth and true sincerity. And Shalom to the whole for Lex across the four winds, the one that's less and be edifying. And the topic that I'm going to be going into this lesson is on the chariots, which these so-called UFOs, those are the vehicles of the Most High. Those are the chariots of the Most High. There's been a lot of sightings of them. Been a lot of chariot sightings, and these vehicles are the vehicles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The true name of the Heavenly Father, who we ignorantly call God, his true name is Yahweh, which means he exists. Bahasham, which means in the name, Yahweh Shai, which means he saves, he delivers, which is what he's going to do for the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect. But those chariots are the so-called vehicles of the Most High. And real quick, because a chariot and cloud, they're synonymous for each other. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And also they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Amen." And when it's talking about he coming with clouds, when Yahushua is coming back, Yahushua is coming with the chariots, man. He's coming with the full fleet. He's coming back with the chariots, the vehicles of the Most High. And the scriptures tell you which I'm gonna get it real quick, because the same way Yahushua left is the same way that he's going to return. Acts chapter 1, and I'll read verse. I'll get to the point. I'll read verse 8. I'll start from 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after the Rukakadash is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and all Judea and Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up in a cloud and received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? The same Yahushai, which is taken up from you in heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So, that just a precept to back up that Revelation 1 and 7, because it says he cometh with clouds. He left in the cloud, and he's coming back with the cloud, which is a chariot. He left in the chariot, he's coming back into the chariot. He's coming back with the chariots. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 104, verse 3. It says, Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot. Just to further establish the point that when it talks about he coming with clouds, or he left in a cloud, it's talking about the chariots. Once again, Psalm 104 and 3 says, Who layeth the beams of his chambers in waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Those chariots are the vehicles of the Most High, man. When it talks about a pillar of fire by day, roughly paraphrasing, and let me grab it. So, pillar of fire. Exodus 13 and 21, and it says, And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, chariot, to lead them by the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. What do you think was guiding the Israelites when they left Egypt and they was walking? The chariots of the Heavenly Father. The vehicles of the Most High, man. This lesson is very plain, man. It's to the point, plain and to the point. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 1. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. What he was seeing was a chariot. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. And when you look at a chariot, it looks like a flying roll. That's exactly what it looks like. Or when you see a chariot, even how they, depict it. They depict it in the movies. Where do you think they get the inspiration from? The scriptures. Verse 3, then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. And, where are the most chariot sightings? In America. And into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with timber thereof, and the stones thereof. Yep. So the Lord coming back, he said, what's that, Isaiah 65? Let me grab it. Is that Isaiah 65? No, it's not 65. It's 66. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire, man. The Lord coming back. The Lord from the judge, man. He ain't playing no games. So there's going to be chariots zapping people. I remember I had a dream, and it was a chariot, and it struck a military black helicopter with purple lightning, and it just split in half and exploded. The Lord coming back with them chariots, man. Last precept I want to grab, because Edras, he's seen the fathership. Basically seeing Yahushua coming in the valley of Jehoshaphat, because that's how it's going to go down, thus saith the Bible. While they're fighting, in the midst of them fighting, Yahushua and the angels, Yahushua and the chariots, they're going to pull up. And that's why they, I forgot which president it was exactly, but he says if we have a greater threat, we'll put our differences to the side to fight that greater threat. And this is what Ezra seen. 2 Ezra 13:1, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the ways thereof. And behold, lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, Yahushua and the angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth fire. What you think? Them laser beams coming out them chariots, man, disintegrate you, man. After this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds to subdue the man that came out of sea. Those people those nations putting their differences to the side, trying to come against Yahushua. But beheld, and lo, he had created himself a great mountain and flew upon it, that fathership. Behold, I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. The fathership, that chariot was so massive that you can't even see the beginning of it to the end. You can't see the sides. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. They're going to get scared when they see Yahushua and the angels come. They're going to get scared when they see that fathership, but the Lord going to put the spirit on them to fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but I only saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Once again, those laser beams. And verse 11, and they were all mixed together with the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which prepared to fight, and burned them up everyone. So they all going to get burnt up. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. I wish I'd come back with that fathership, man. But, just a quick lesson on the chariots, which are the vehicles of the Most High, and also the vehicles of our salvation as well. Because America is going to get pelted by these intercontinental ballistic missiles. America is going to get hit by them. And the only way to escape this danger, the The only way to escape is getting beamed up from a chariot and to go up. That's why when you read Revelation, it says looking through the sea of glass mingled with fire. Those chariots is judgment for Esau, the so-called white man, but it's also salvation. It's our vehicle of salvation for the Israelites. But something quick to the point. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna put a clip at the end, of a movie called Chicken Little, because he was talking about the sky is falling, and you see this the clouds, basically the clouds, the sky gets cracked, and they were actually chariots, But hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor, so elders, apostles, great millstone, and rule well, and push out 100% truth and truth, sincerity, and shalom to the whole for Lex across the four winds. Lord, one, this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, shalom.